Okay, what's up gamers? These are the leader class Optimus Prime and Megatron from the 2007 Transformers movie. Both big boys by comparison leader class nowadays. And I want to take a look at them. This video is primarily for footage of like the toys for a video I'm working on the main channel. But I just wanted to do like a second channel sort of video talking about them, showing them off a little bit, because these guys were really cool. I always wanted them as a kid, never got them, so I'm very happy to have these two now. This guy, nobody wants this man. He cost $18 at my local toy shop, which is crazy to me, thinking back as a kid wanting this so bad, not having enough money, and then now it's just $18. But both of these guys are really cool. Their electronics don't work anymore, but that's okay. I don't really like electronic noises or anything anyway. So let's take a look at Megatron's vehicle mode first. Obviously, he turns into a Cybertronian jet. I'll do size comparisons in a second. It's kind of hard to tell how big it is, but he's quite big. He is a good size, and he's a good hefty weight as well. Both of these guys have some good weight to them. But if you look closer here, you can see I've had this guy for a while, forgot how to transform him, looked up a video, and in the process found out that this nose cone extends, which, oops, shit. Which I had no idea the nose cone extended at all, but it's even got some like techno greebling in there. There's a few, it's mostly like a smooth looking figure for when you consider Megatron's design in the movie. You know, he looks like a bunch of forks glued together, but this guy is very solid looking. The Transformers 2007 movie line was a weird midpoint between the Cybertron stuff and the Revenge of the Fallen stuff. Cybertron being very simplified, chunky, ratchety toys, and then the Revenge of the Fallen leaning a lot on like ball joints and really fiddly bits, really, to get those designs across into toy form. So definitely a different vibe from any other movie line 2007. This Megatron is pretty goofy looking. His face is right there, obviously. It's barely covered by this little piece, which is fine. I don't really care. He's a Cybertronian. He's in Cybertronian form. There's no reason for him to hide his face. Look at him. Look at what he is. Like, what's he hiding his face for? It's got this giant engine on the back or whatever, which also has some cool techno greebling. Some little rotors under there. Just little spots, but a lot of it is just like flat plastic, which is interesting. They've also added blue to his color scheme as well as some red, just to make this guy a little bit colorful and appealing to children. His giant legs fold up under the wings, so it is an aircraft, but it feels so heavy duty. And he does have wheels, actually. He rolls pretty well, which is funny considering how little Transformers tend to roll nowadays. Like, a jet transformer is not likely to have something like this, is what I'm saying. Not, obviously, regular, vehicles have wheels. So yeah, this is Megatron. Not much more to say about his vehicle mode. Just a really... He's cool looking, but I can see why it costs $18. I can see that. Now, let's take a look at Optimus. Optimus is really the jewel here out of the two. This is a nice, solid truck. It looks amazing. It looks just like the one from the movie. I mean, maybe the proportions on the cab are like a little bit too long or something like that. I don't know. I've never seen the truck in real life, but just looks-wise, it looks amazing. I just love it. I love to hold it. It's got rubber wheels, which is really nice. It rolls so smoothly. Like, so nice to roll around a big, chunky truck with rubber wheels. He has his blaster here. You can actually get rid of this, so you don't have to have it on the truck. I keep it on his truck just so I don't lose it. But just in case you don't like it, you don't have to keep it there. But yeah, man, the paint applications look amazing. Love the blue flames on the red, and the red flames on the blue. I love this truck mode for Optimus. I've always loved this truck mode so much. I don't agree with all of, like, the philosophy of Michael Bay in terms of changing the designs of G1 to make them cooler. Basically, it was all, we want edgy, we want cool. They definitely did that. But I feel like Optimus made it out the best. I think they really cooked on his design in general, robot mode and vehicle mode. I think they just made a really fantastic Optimus design. I've always loved, like, his truck windows are translucent plastic, and you can see, like, some techno-greebling under them, and that just looks cool. I mean, maybe it's, like, not even techno-greebling, maybe it's actually electronics or something, but I think it's greebling. He's got all these rivets, all these tiny rivets that just add so much. Make him look so much more realistic and cool looking. This is a 10 out of 10 vehicle mode for me, like, between the rubber wheels rolling, how nice it looks in the back. Yeah, I love this guy. To compare, so for a deluxe class Transformer, a modern day one, here it is next to these 2-liter classes. Bone Crusher. And I've got a couple liter class toys to compare. So here is Toxitron with these two. This is Legacy United Toxitron, I think, from the Walmart capsule. So obviously, so this is a truck and a whole trailer, and it's pretty much, it's a little bit longer than Optimus. Like, just slightly longer. You can't even tell, like, the nose is right there, a little bit. So, Optimus is obviously just the cab, the truck, or whatever you call it, so this is pretty crazy, comparatively. This guy is also very, very light, and this is hefty, man. Obviously, compared to Megatron, Toxitron is also, I mean, a lot more thin. Megatron almost looks as long as Toxitron. So that's what Toxitron. He's kind of a small leader class, though. Arguably, he's like a Voyager plus trailer, right? So let's take a look at a full leader class. Take a look at Megatronus Prime here. Once again, these two 2007 toys are much heavier than Megatronus Prime, and the vehicle modes are much bigger. I have not compared them in robot mode yet. Like, I've had them all individually in robot mode in the same room, but I've never, like, put them right next to each other. So I'm wondering, like, what the height difference is, but yeah. Right now, as you can tell, a 2007 leader class versus a 2025 leader class. So it's kind of a crazy comparison. Man, I love them all. I love them all. Obviously, times change. But it's so cool to, like, have these figures and go back and look at them. So now we're gonna change over to robot mode. So here they are, Optimus and Megatron. Gotta say, the conversions aren't, like, crazy complicated, but they're so big and beefy, like, it is, like, a lot to manage at one time. It feels like you kind of have to explode them to get them to robot mode, and then just, like, reconfigure all the exploded parts. Megatron in general is really weird, because he, like, splits into 4 individual parts that are all connected still. I guess that doesn't make any sense, but they're like, it's almost like one of those charts that is split into 4 quadrants. Like his legs, this tailcoat engine sort of thing, the back of his, like his back part of his torso and the front part of his torso, they all kind of like split apart to form the vehicle mode. And he ends up with these giant things on his arms, so that's a little bit rough. As well as all this backpack. The backpack kind of makes him look better, in my opinion. I like the wings. I think those look cool. I like the little spikies or whatever that are right here. These things. They're activated by this automorph gimmick. In case you don't know, back in the day, this whole line was about automorph, so they would have little stuff like this, little stuff like that, and then, like, if you, for the transformation, if you bend his leg a certain way, it automatically closes his toes and flips these ones forward, so it's a little bit of automorph in there. Not a ton in either of these guys. I think these are backwards. I need to fix that, but it's really annoying. And also these rubbery pieces near his hips are like, I feel like they might fall off at some point. But I know he has an action feature or something. Yeah, he's got this. He's got a couple things. So Megatron can... Okay, I thought that would like launch it, but it just releases. So Megatron can do like this mace thing that he has in the movie. Yeah, he kind of uses it to attack Shia LaBeouf, but it's, yeah, this is as long as it goes, so not very long. But you can just store the chain in there. There you go. It doesn't affect transformation at all. It's really actually not an issue. And then this arm, what does this arm do? Yeah, he's got, okay. He's got a little trigger on the bottom, right here. And when you do it, it makes it come out. That's kind of automorph-y. But yeah. Bah! I wish they could stay out, because I mean, it looks kind of cool, but yeah, it doesn't. But just keep that on his arm. So that's his gimmicks. He's fine. I mean, I like the blue they added. The red parts on like the minimal red are fine. He does have the like gray and gold look as well from the actual movie. He's not an amazing toy at all. I think probably Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is a much better movie Megatron. Even though I've never had that figure, I remember looking at it and thinking it looks so much cooler than this Megatron back in the day. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So here's one issue with Optimus. His feet, at least on my copy, are really... They're not loose, but they're more loose than I'd like. They're on ball joints, which is certainly an interesting choice. They're big ball joints, though. But they are ball joints, so, you know, sometimes if he stands at a wrong angle, he can fall down, but for the most part, he stands up perfectly fine. So here's a look at Optimus. He's got the short ears. This is the original version. Optimus had short ears on this first release because of safety concerns or whatever, and then a later premium version had longer ears, I believe. This just comes with his blaster, which just flips over his hand, and there's a bit of automorph as well there, so when you pull it back, this little piece slides in, but when you flip it forward, it slides out, which is fun. I love automorph. I love little details like that. His feet are also... Jeez. His feet are also supposed to automorph. They come from the truck grill, so you're supposed to... They collapse like that, and then you just go like that, and you go like that, and his toes flip out. This foot has issues. The toes don't like to come out. They like to snap back. Like, the spring or something likes to snap back. So that one can be an issue, but yeah, he just has the presence, man. He doesn't look exactly like the movie model, but they got pretty close. He's blocky for sure. Like, he's got a much more blocky frame than the movie. And he has a ton of kibble on the back. He has a lot, man. It's rough. Especially these pieces are thick, solid pieces. They're quite heavy. So they're not heavy, but they're just big and they're in the way, and you can knock them around. They've got rubber wheels on them. You know, his back kibble is definitely the roughest part of the figure. But he does have opening fingers and an opposable thumb, which is awesome. Yeah, just a great looking piece in my opinion. Love this guy. And together they look really good. Now I'm gonna do another size comparison. Alright, let's get the size comparisons going. Here's Bone Crusher, Deluxe Class Bone Crusher from Age of the Primes. Obviously quite small, but he is a deluxe. And now let's take a look at Toxitron compared to the others. Now, like I said, Toxitron is basically a Voyager with a trailer. So they just sold a Voyager as a, you know, leader class, but they sold him as a leader class. So he counts as a leader class in my opinion, and obviously compared to these two, he is incredibly small. There's no weight there. I'd say his transformation is probably technically better. It's a lot less stressful anyway. But yeah, he is very small compared to these two. Here is Megatronus the Fallen in robot mode compared to them. So this is what I would call a true leader class toy. He's a bit smaller than Prime. He's just as wide though, it seems like, if not more wide. And I do feel like Megatronus at least has a little bit of heft to him when it comes to robot mode. It's not super noticeable, but compared to picking up this guy, picking up Megatronus is a little bit heavier. Here he is next to Megatron. Obviously, they are quite a bit different. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to look at two leader class toys with like almost 20 years in between them and see how much it's changed. There's no focus on electronics at all. There's no gimmicks to this guy. I mean, I guess you could count his flame pieces as gimmicks, maybe, but they're not automatic or anything. You have to do that manually. But this guy's got so much better articulation. His joints are tighter. I mean, obviously he's not that old compared to this guy, but they've built him to last. At least it feels that way. The paint apps are better. The head sculpt is incredible. You know, like, I'm not saying there's a complete downgrade between 2007 and now. I'm just saying there is a big difference between how they used to do leader class and how they do leader class now. And it's kind of interesting, because I feel like this guy would have more in common with like a Transformers 1 gimmick toy, you know what I mean, than this guy who is arguably like a premium collector's piece now. Pretty crazy to see how everything's changed, but yeah, this was just a little video on these guys for the second channel. I'm gonna use this footage for my main channel video, obviously, so look out for that. I'm working hard on that guy, but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.